Mr. Eric Falt, welcome to our NGO's World Day today.
Thank you.
First of all, please, could you summarize us your speech today during the World NGO Day?
Well, I'm here today to be with NGOs coming from Finland and a number of locations and countries around the world to be part of this first World NGO Day. One would think that there's too many UN days and official days celebrated around the world, but at the same time it's quite surprising that there's no day dedicated to NGOs and the wonderful work that they do around the world. So I'm happy to be here with other partners from the United Nations and from the NGO community to honor and celebrate the work that is being done by non-governmental organizations. 30 years ago, there were very few NGOs in operation, and we've seen literally an explosion in the number of NGOs around the world. Today, they come in all shapes and sizes with different mandates and objectives. But what is important is that they have become not just a possibility when you work, but they're no longer an option but a necessity. It is absolutely imperative for all of us to work together, whether it is governments, intergovernmental organizations and others, and NGOs are a necessary part of the landscape today. I think it's the organizers of this day think that it deserves to be celebrated regularly around the world, and again, while there's probably too many of these days, I think there should be a commemoration of the celebration of the work done by NGOs worldwide.
During your speech today, you talked about the spirit of initiative and the spirit of engagement. So, according to you, how could that lead to a powerful society with active NGOs and actors?
NGOs bring something that sometimes governments or even the United Nations cannot bring, which is indeed the spirit of initiative. This, I would say, passion. I think there are very few NGO representatives who don't have a passion in them. That is really necessary if we want to change the world today, if yes, we want to make it a better place. So that's what we're here to honor and celebrate today.
You talked also about some partnership between your department and the International Federation of Journalists. Please, could you tell us what's the nature of this collaboration with FIG?
When it comes to UNESCO, the organization I work for today, we have a number of partnerships with some 350 NGOs around the world. Some are active in the traditional areas of competence of UNESCO, starting with culture, starting with education, but we have increasingly adopted, if you want, as partners, institutions who work in the field of freedom of expression, freedom of the press. One of the many partners that we have help us every year, for instance, celebrate World Press Freedom Day. There's a growing number of NGOs active in this field as well today.
Thank you. Please, could you tell us also what are the main tasks that you are doing as Assistant Director General for External Relations and Public Informations in UNESCO?
Essentially, the sector I'm responsible for is looking after three types of activities. We look at political affairs, we look at outreach to civil society, and public information and communication. So it is in that context that I interact with a network of NGOs around the world who are active in all the fields of competence of UNESCO. So
last question, let's go back just a little bit to your background. So during the 90 years, so you held different positions in United Nations peacekeeping and humanitarian operations. So you have been in Cambodia, in Haiti, and in Iraq as well. So please, could you give us an overview about your experience during that period?
Well, more importantly than talking about myself, I think it would be important to note that in all these operations, indeed, I have been able to interact with wonderful partners coming from civil society and NGOs. That's where I have personally gained respect for the work of NGOs, and also why I'm here with you today, whether it is in peacekeeping and humanitarian operations and development work. I have been able to observe NGOs coming from all walks of life who contribute to the objectives of the international community in any given operation. And I think it is for that reason that we are all here today, is to celebrate this spirit and this engagement.
Mr. Eric Falt, thank you for sharing your experience with World NGO Day. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and good luck.